Hello, my name is Strino, and this is Mix of the Round, the channel all about gaming with friends and family. And today we're going to be setting up the Nighthawk AC2600 on my home network so that I can do better gaming with my friends and my family. Like I said, today we're going to be setting up the AC2600. I've been using this Belkin router for years. It worked really well the first few years, but me and my wife have ditched most every television except for streaming, and we done that probably 6 or 7 years ago. And this worked for that, and we only had 2 cell phones and a television connecting to the Wi-Fi. So when we bought this, it really worked well. We didn't have to spend a whole lot of money to get what we needed, but as our kids got older, now they each have a tablet. Everybody in the family has a cell phone that connects wirelessly. They have friends that come over with cell phones. We've got gaming consoles, and I've got the arcade that connects wirelessly. Then there's televisions all throughout the house, and this just no longer was doing the trick. So I'm going to be upgrading today to the 2600. Hopefully that will solve some of my streaming issues and some of the issues I'm having with network connectivity. WooPal suggested me getting the AC1900 because in my area we don't have fast internet and there's only so much data that's going to be traveling through the network anyways. But when I went to buy it, the AC2600 was only $20 more, so I thought I'd spend the $20 and future-proof, and hopefully soon I can get faster internet and it will make the difference. I will be using all the 2600 megs a second. Now, my understanding is the software package that comes with the AC series is pretty much the same if you're using the AC3200 or if you're using the AC1900. So what I want to show you will work for then the series of the AC hundreds, but the one I'm going to be setting up is the 2600. Just a disclaimer: Netgear has not sponsored me in any way. This is just the one that suited my fancy. And so you can see I've unboxed it here, and I'm going to start unpackaging some of the parts like the antenna. They connect to some swivel joints in the back here. The fittings are nice and tight. It makes it a little stiff to put on, but I'd rather them be nice and tight than loose and falling apart. On this first one here, I kind of ratcheted on. The second one, I get it open and I just go ahead and spin it completely on. It made the most sense at the time. I wish I'd have done that for the first one. It saved a little bit of time. The middle one is a little harder because you have the 2 antennas on each side kind of getting in the way. But really the setup was fairly easy. There was nothing too complicated about it. It didn't require any tools. But like I said, these joints were a little stiff. They didn't turn just freely, but that's going to help them hold their position once you get the router all set up to your liking. All right, you can see the ports in the back, typical router setup. It came with a nice little yellow cord to connect to your modem. So I just connected into the modem side. It's not very long for much, but I keep my router and my modem together anyways, so it makes sense just to go ahead and use the brand new cord there. The plug adapter is your standard 9-volt plug adapter, on and off switch there in the back. I really wish that the 9-volt plug would have had the power adapter box in the middle of the cord and just a normal standard plug-in. Makes it a little easier to hook up all your peripherals onto your power strip, but it wasn't too bad. I had a slot open that I could put that plug in. And this black cord here, I have that for my computer. Since my computer sits next to the router, I like to have at least one PC hooked directly into the router. All right, the setup guide pretty much just is standard stuff. It gives you an app you can use on your phone. I prefer to do it by my computer. So when I get everything set up and hooked up, I just type 192.168.0.1 into my browser, and then it got to do me the setup where I set up my admin password and things of that sort. It also will guide you through setting up your registry information, which it walks you through. I would do it, but most of the setups asking personal questions and personal information and just validating your software. So really, for security reasons, there's no point in me going through it, and it's pretty clear cut. It walks you through step by step. I was just going to show you the dashboard. You have a basic and an advanced section of the dashboard. The basic's going to fit most people's needs. There is a thing on the advanced that I really wanted to show you. Security. This access control is one that I really wanted to show you. It's going to be the one that I use a lot. If I get up in the middle of the night and I decide that I want to play a video game online and everything is updating because I have all my setup to update in the middle of the night, the Xbox is trying to download a few new games for my children to play, I can select it and just hit block. I know on my old router, I would have to go through and configure the MAC addresses on everything I wanted to connect to exclude those that I didn't want to connect. But this way, if you have a device that's giving you a problem, you can just select it and hit block from here, and it's going to block that IP. And then you can obviously select it again and allow it, and that's going to allow that turning. The traffic meter's neat, but I really wish that it would show you each individual computer and how much traffic has been generated through that. So I'm kind of disappointed that it doesn't show me by each individual MAC address. But other than that, I'm really excited about this router. I think it's going to really improve the streaming in my home and definitely the online gaming or even the network gaming, which we like to do sometimes when I'm playing with my son in the other room. And there's been network lag with the old router. One last thing I was wanting to talk about on this is it does have a mobile app. It does allow you to connect to your dashboard. It also allows you to detect connection speeds for each band in each room, which is pretty handy, so you know which band's going to be working best for the kitchen, etc. It allows you to text access, so if you have a friend come over or somebody's at your house and you want to text them access to your Wi-Fi, you can just hit the text and it gives them access. And then you can control that access through your device. You can also shut down devices from your mobile phone. You can be just sitting on your couch, and if somebody's not paying attention to you, you sure can get their attention. So there's a lot of little handy features, and I really like that it comes with the app, and it can be stored on multiple phones, so I can have it on mine and my wife can have it on hers, and it's a really handy feature that I know I'm going to use a lot. I'm really excited about this new router, if you can't tell. If you're here for the unboxing and the setup, that's great. But I'd like to encourage you to check out some of the other stuff in our channel, especially if you like gaming with friends and family. I think there may be something in there that you like. So if you do, like and subscribe, hit a notification bell. Thanks for joining me today as I set up my router.